Court is here with a look at your Tuesday forecast. Court.
Yeah, that's right, Kelly. It could be a little bit tough out there as you're heading back to work after the holiday weekend. I do want to show you what we're dealing with outside right now on your hyper-local look at the satellite and radar. You can see here we've had clearing skies overnight into this morning following that very active weather from yesterday. Really quickly, I'm going to go ahead and draw here so you can see where we had the lion's share of the activity. In this area right here, we had between a ½ inch to an inch of rainfall accompanying those thunderstorms that developed yesterday in the afternoon and evening. Today, we do have the threat of more of that activity on the way, but this morning, a gorgeous sight with some clearing overnight into early on today. Temperatures early on this morning, they're hovering mostly in the 50s to lower 60s in the valley, 40s to 50s in the foothills, and for most of our mountain zones, wind out of the northeast and not too strong early on today, but it's going to be south winds developing again this afternoon. Gusts could get up into the 15 to 20 mile an hour range in the valley, a little stronger in some of our mountain zones, especially closer to the Nevada border. Tomorrow, it's similar winds on the way, 10 to 15 mile an hour gusts towards the afternoon, getting a bit stronger in our areas closer to Nevada and Oregon. And then Thursday, we actually see winds picking up quite a bit out of the northwest as high pressure builds in, and we have the low pressure off to our east. We're looking at gusts in the afternoon Thursday up into the 35 mile an hour range. That is when we start to see things drying out quite a bit. The north wind's certainly not what we want to see. The good news is we've had that recent rainfall that is helping a bit. Mostly clear early on today, low pressure to our south driving that moisture back into our region, and as that conflicts with high pressure off the coast, that's what's causing the instability that could spark off that thunderstorm activity in our mountain zones and the northern end of the valley today. So as you get a look at where that threat of thunderstorms is, it's mostly in areas of the valley in Shasta and Tehama County. We might see a little something west of I-5 in Glenn County this afternoon. It includes the northern mountains and the Sierra as well as the foothills. Tomorrow, that threat mostly to the east of the valley as that low pressure to our south shifts off to the east. Sunshine at 8 a.m. in your hyperlocal futurecast. Sunshine for the valley at noon with limited scattered showers and the chance for thunderstorms ramping up by midday into the afternoon for our mountain zones. You can see there's the chance for some activity on the west side and northern end of the valley later today into this evening. Redding through around Corning, seeing the best chance for some thunderstorms popping up later on today into tonight. Clear for tomorrow morning, and then most of the activity east of the valley for tomorrow with maybe a sprinkle in Redding, but that's about it. Might see a little activity rolling through the mid-valley in the afternoon, but again, it's going to be very brief, and what ends up hitting the ground will be very light. So we are seeing that threat of activity east of the valley Thursday, dry for the most part Friday. Looks like heading into the weekend, we're seeing mostly sunny skies, and it is heating up as high pressure builds in. But Sunday, chance for some wraparound showers, mostly in our mountain zones, similar for Monday. So what's left from this system, we might see a little bit of rainfall in the valley from thunderstorms later today. Higher elevations seeing maybe a 1/10 of an inch. Getting a look at what we're tracking for you for high temperatures for this afternoon. Northern mountains in the 70s to low 80s. For the Sierra, it's 60s to 70s. For the foothills, it's also 60s to mid 70s. And if you're in the valley today, it's low to mid 80s for your afternoon. 84 degrees for Redding, 83 in Red Bluff, 82 for Chico as well as Orville. Not a lot of variety out there today. And again, that best chance for activity is in Tehama and Shasta County areas of the valley and in our higher elevations today. Your Storm Tracker 7-day forecast where your weekend's always in view, a major warming trend ahead. Mid-80s through Thursday, but then low 90s Friday, mid-90s Saturday with mid to upper 90s Sunday. Kelly, 99 degrees right now projected for Redding Sunday and Monday. So we could be looking at triple-digit heat potential on the way to the end of that 7-day forecast, ending the month of May fairly mild, but starting off June, it's going to get hot.